blacksmith's hammer struck the glowing sword. The anvil rang its song into the night of weapons fit to slay the frightful hordes, commissioned for the prince who'd never fight. The blacksmith forged a ballad of a blade. Perhaps, if he had known its stainless fate, he'd not have shaped the finest ever made. Or maybe that's what he set out to make, already sure his masterpiece was safe. He ran his forge so hot the metal blued, and chose the reddest gem to dress its face. No point along the sword was close to crude, a flower blade as ordered by the prince. No smith could forge its match before or since. The blacksmith raised the sword up to the king. The king allowed the smith to rise and spoke. "I won't deny that sword's a marvellous thing. My son has ordered something quite bespoke. You said my blade should be uniquely mine. This sword embodies my identity. I plan to forge a nation just as fine, a world from roots of love, not enmity." "What says the smith who turned this metal blue? What nature does a sword like this betray?" "No sword like this existed hitherto. The songs will say what man wields such a blade, how history's page could laud or vilify." The king's eyes twinkled at the smith's reply. The miller's son surveyed another town. A mason's domework caught his heedful eye. "You must be someone of immense renown. I've never seen another dome so fine. Would you be keen to share techniques with me?" He haggled long to glean the mason's craft, collected tricks from far away, intrigued enough the mason sat to share a draught. Then over drinks he found the mason's price, and both departed glad for what they gained. The notes he took were always more precise than what an expert needed to be trained. But he was not adept at any trade, so noted every word to be relayed. A merchant caught the man along the road. "I've never seen a job like yours," she said. "You have no cart, and knowledge is your load. So tell me, where does all that knowledge head?" "I bring it home, where growth depends on me. I forge a better future for my town. No innovations come to us for free." "This job of yours seems packaged with a frown. Why not just move where information flows?" The woman's words provoked ambition's grin. "I'm sure your presence would not interpose, unless my company is wearing thin. A challenge I must certainly contend. Now climb on up, we've business to attend." "A lady does not set her legs astride," instructors stressed each time she rode a horse. All Suhit's wants were follies to deride. "A princess does not deviate the course." A messenger rode by, a blur of speed. How I would love to ride at such a pace. A bifurcated skirt is what I'll need. I'll make the skirt myself so there's no trace. Indeed, by her next class, she'd made her fit. Her teacher gasped when Suhit changed her stance. "But is this not the safer way to sit?" She raced away without a backward glance. The stabler's saddle put her so at ease, she hadn't thought of who she might displease. "Crown Prince, what can I do for you today?" Her eldest brother stepped into her room. She did not call him brother or repay aspersions that were certain to subsume each interaction with this distant man. "Your role as princess is to be a bride, and yet you play as though you think you can." She did not speak, completely petrified. He found the bifurcated skirt she'd sewn, and ripped the cloth in twain, then turned and spat. "You have no thoughts or feelings of your own. You'll make no more obscenities like that. You are a tool of statecraft, not a girl." The moment he was gone, young Suhit hurled. The people cheered and whooped when they arrived. A portly priest stepped out to greet the cart. "A miracle! The miller's boy survived." "I'll be some time. I hope you won't depart," the man said to the merchant by his side. priest is useful to your work?" she asked. "The trades in town are quite diversified, so knowing every name is quite the task. The priests and I look over what I find. Each one's an expert in their god's domain and help me figure out who'd be inclined to learn the newest skills we've ascertained." The merchant gazed upon the place she'd found, then crouched and plucked a tulip from the ground. "I want to go and see the outside world," the princess told the second prince and queen. "You cannot truly want me to be curled in bed all day and night and only seen in banquet halls, a prop for vanity." "Why don't you ask our brother or the king?" "Because that man has no humanity. Can't you see it's him who has me running? Only you can spare me from his terror." The queen shot up and pulled her daughter close. "I swear he won't know what you've asked us for." "What if we tell them that a need arose to gather up the citizens' appeals? My youngest son will mind your guards and meals." "The boarders need to have their voices heard," the princess argued when the carriage turned. "How else will proper service be conferred? You want the people thinking they've been spurned?" "Your Highness, that was only an excuse to let you see the world beyond the walls." "I'm not protesting just to be obtuse. These letters will be read in Father's halls. I swore I'd bring their words back to the king, and every other town deserves the same. So turn us round and let the people bring their grievances so we can light the flame of progress. Turn us round if you've the nerve to labor for the land you claim to serve." "We've not seen little Suhit in so long. Just look how much she's grown since we've been gone." "I did not know your mother was this strong." The princess bore the hug that she'd been drawn into with anguished groans of faux despair. The miller's grandson stared from across the room. "He's usually the one who gets ensnared. If you keep hoarding her, he'll start to fume. But anyway, how did you find our home?" "I've gathered letters from across the land, and there was something I just had to know. So many words were in a single hand." The merchant seemed amused by Suhit's claim. "And now you know my husband is to blame."